Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to try out an award-winning foundation, and it's the BareMinerals Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick. So this came out about a year ago, I think, and it's won the Allure Beauty Awards last year, but it's completely new to me, so I want to try it out and I'm really excited about it. I rarely get pimples, but I tried to squeeze out something that wasn't even like there. So now I got this scratched up thing on my forehead and also a little pimple here from where my glasses sat before. Other than that, my skin is normal but really sensitive. I also get oily on my nose when I wear makeup like for a whole day, but I think that's what you need to know about my skin. Now let's try this out. This is what the packaging looks like, and it is $32 US, and here in Sweden it costs 445 Swedish crowns. I actually chose the shade without even trying it because they didn't have all the testers in store, but I chose the shade number 2 Vanilla. It's supposed to be a light shade with a neutral undertone. I am neutral, but some neutral foundations can pull a little pink on me, so we'll see how this works out. So this is what the shade Vanilla looks like. It looks like it will match me pretty well actually, so let's hope so. I'm going to try this foundation without a primer just to see what it does in terms of texture and stuff. And on one side I'm going to blend it out with a brush and on the other with a beauty sponge. So I'm going to start to apply it on this side, and I'm going to blend it out with a brush on this side. I'm going to do 3 stripes here, 2 little ones here, and on the side of my nose. So the color looks a little pink, as I suspected, but I think it will work out okay. So the brush I'm using is the buffing brush from Real Techniques on this side. Blends out really easily with a brush. So this is what one layer looks like applied with a brush, and as you can see, it didn't give me a lot of coverage at all. I would say it's a light coverage right now, but the finish is really natural and I really like it because I still have a bit of sheen on my skin and it doesn't look dull. But I'm going to go in with a second layer and apply a little bit more, just to see how much I can pump up the coverage. So I'm going to... It's so soft! I didn't realize how soft it was, so now I ruined the stick. Okay, I'll be a little bit more careful when applying it. Whoops. It's really emollient. Look! The whole blob just went on there. So this is what it looks like with the 2 layers applied with a brush, and I really like the finish. As you can see, my big pimple here is still showing through, but this foundation doesn't claim to be a full coverage foundation. It says to be a light to medium coverage. So I would say 1 layer is light coverage, 2 layers is medium coverage, and it has a really nice skin-like texture. And as you can see on my nose, here without foundation, I am really red around my nostrils, and it really covered it up nicely on this side. And I don't think it clings on to dry patches or anything. It looks like skin. So now let's try it on this side with a beauty sponge. As you saw, I learned that this foundation is really emollient and will break on you if you are not careful. So I'm just going to apply this much as I applied the first time on this side. And just a damp beauty sponge, and I'm going to bounce it out. That is 1 layer applied with a beauty sponge on this side. I feel like it's also a light coverage, so I'm going to go in with 1 more layer and build it up with the sponge. And this is what 2 layers applied with the sponge looks like. I feel like it looks a little bit more skin-like here because it is more product on this side, but also you get more coverage with the brush. So it really depends on what you're looking for. If you want a little bit more coverage out of this foundation, apply it with a brush. But if you want it to look really skin-like and like sheer and just even out the skin tone, I would apply it with a like blender. So this is my face really up close right now. This side is applied with the brush, and this side with a sponge. I really want to know which side you prefer, so leave your comment down below. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup off camera. Concealer on the spots underneath my eyes, a little bit of powder and contour and everything like that, as I usually would, and I'll be right back to show you how it looks. So this is what my skin looks like now with all my other makeup on, and I do really like how it looks. It's hydrated, looks natural, a little bit glowy. Of course I have highlighter and stuff, but like here I don't, and it still looks like skin. So I do really like that. And as you can see, I couldn't cover my blemish, so it is what it is. But other than that, I really like how my skin looks. And it's been over an hour since I first applied the foundation, so I'm going to count it from 1 o'clock, and I'm going to wear this foundation as long as possible today and see how it wears. I am going out in this cold Swedish winter weather to get a package, go grocery shopping and eat and stuff, so we'll see how it looks in a few hours, and then I will do a last check-in at the end of the day. Also, this foundation claims to have like some skincare ingredients, so it's supposed to be hydrating and oil-free and stuff like that, so I think that's really nice. And as I said, my skin is really sensitive, but I have no itchiness, no irritation, nothing, so that's really good. See you in a couple of hours. So it's starting to get dark outside, so I thought I would do a check-in with my phone just to show you like a little update. And it's been about 4.5 hours since I first applied the foundation. I had to touch up my concealer because I fell asleep on the couch, so my mascara went down there. But other than that, I haven't powdered or touched up anything else except the concealer underneath my eyes, and this is what it's looking like. I think it looks really good. The only thing is I'm a little bit shiny on my nose and up here on my forehead, but it's nothing crazy. It isn't something I would like powder or anything. It hasn't like broken up anywhere, or it doesn't look dry or anything. It feels comfortable. The only thing I would change is probably the color. So it's a little bit too dark and a little bit too pink for me. There is a shade called 1.5. I don't know the name, but it's 1.5, and it's a little bit lighter and also neutral to warm instead of just neutral. So I think that one would suit me better, but it isn't like awful. I just think the 1.5 would be perfect for me right now. But yeah, I will check in at the end of the night when I'm about to wash off my makeup to see how the rest of the day will go. I'm back, and it's been exactly 9 hours since I applied the foundation. As you can see, I'm pretty glowy or oily in my T-zone mostly, like the chin, the nose, and my forehead. But remember that I haven't blotted or put powder on even once throughout these whole 9 hours. So when having that in mind, I think it looks really good because the oil still hasn't broken up the makeup. It's still there. I feel like this foundation doesn't like dry down to a dry finish, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, that is one of my favorites, dries down pretty matte, and like you don't even have to powder it if you don't want to or have an oily T-zone like I do. But this one I feel like stays really creamy. It's such a creamy emollient formula, and I have not gotten any like allergic reaction. It has felt really comfortable throughout the day. I really like how it looks, the finish, but I want to powder my T-zone just to see if like anything bad happens. But I wanted to show you what the makeup looks like first after 9 hours. So I'm just going to take some translucent finishing powder on a brush and just set my T-zone to see if it will like ruin the makeup or if it will just look refreshed. That looks pretty nice, but I want to see it closer up in a mirror. I think that looks really nice now. So if I wanted to, I could have just touched up with powder maybe after I did my first check-in, because then I thought it looked nice and natural, not overly oily. But yeah, as you can see now, it looks pretty new. The only thing is like a little bit around my nostrils. It's looking like worn out, but it's still there. It hasn't removed itself, or my oils haven't removed it. And I do really enjoy this foundation. I haven't been thinking that I'm wearing it. It doesn't irritate my sensitive skin. I like the natural finish and the dewiness and how easy it is to apply. The only negatives are if you have really oily skin, I don't think this is a foundation for you, or if you want to wear it for a long amount of time. I feel like this is more of a like everyday foundation for someone with normal to dry or dry skin. So that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I would really appreciate it. I also really want to know if you have tried this foundation and your thoughts of it, because I know that there are mixed feelings about this. But yeah, I did really enjoy it and my skin feels nice, even though I really want to wash it off and go to sleep now. So I hope you have a great day, night, or morning, or whenever you're watching this, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!